Hello everyone, and today we're going to animate a slide in the next minute, and these are the color codes that we're going to use today. And here is the slide that we're going to animate, look like this. Okay, so for example, we have a 5-step or some kind of 5 element, something like that we want to show to your audience or your viewer to catch up what you are going to talking about. Suppose you have blank slide and then go to format background, and I'm going to copy this color code, so that we're going to paste that color code into this slide. Okay, so now we have the background color, and go to insert rectangle, and I'm going to draw that on this slide. So I'm going to put the color code into this rectangle. And paste the code. Okay, so now we're going to remove the outline and hold the control and drag the mouse, so it's gonna be copy that element. So we're going to copy that for 5 elements to place on this line. And you can see that it has some space, so I'm going to Control A to select all and grouping, and then I'm going to drag that. So it's going to be have the same size of the element. And now we're going to paste the color code into each of these elements. Alright, so now we have paste the color into these elements, and then we're going to apply the shadow. I'm going to choose this one. And we can change some setting in there if you like it. But I prefer to the default value. And you may notice that we have applied the shadow, but we actually don't see that shadow. So we have to right click on the element, the first element, send it back, so you can see that the shadow is pop up. We're going to change some settings. Now I'm happy with this result, so I'm going to insert another text on that. So for example, we're going to place a number there for the first step. So I'm going to change some style for the font and change the color of font. Then we have to place this number into each element. Okay. Just hold control and you drag the mouse, it's gonna be copied that. And now we're going to change to the number. I think this is not enough for the font size, so I'm going to increase it. And you have to copy the format painter, click on that, double click, and then you can apply the whole of this. And then go to insert. And we're going to insert the icon. We're gonna choose the icon that you prefer one. So I'm going to choose 5 icons. Okay, so we're going to set the color, the graphic field to the white, and we're going to move that icon to each of the elements. Next, we're going to align this into the same row, so we have to select all these icons and go to Align and select the Align Middle. Then we're going to duplicate this line, and then we have to select these elements, the 4 elements, except the first one. Then we press Ctrl G to group these elements. Then we can resize these elements to the same side. Now we can expand the first element so that we can put some text to describe something that we want. Then we have to ungroup these elements back so that we can move the icon or text to each the element. The trick to move this horizontal line, so you have to press the shift key and move your mouse to the left or the right, so that's going to be moved by line without go up or down. Now we're going to insert some text to note for the presentation. And this is the mock data that you can replace to your own text. And I'm going to remove some text because when we presentation, we want the audience interesting on your slide. So you have to minimize your text as less as possible. For this slide, I suppose it's fine for me. So I'm going to duplicate the slide to make another step for the second elements, or you also can topic something like that. So this slide, I'm going to cut this text box to place to the second element. So now we just repeat the same process, just resize the first element, and then we do the second, and third, and fourth, and fifth, and so on like that. And now we've almost done the design the presentation slide. Now go to the first slide, and we're going to duplicate that slide, and then we're gonna move it to the last slide so that we can make the slide more better look. So now we're going to select all this slide but except the first slide, and then we apply the transition. So just click on the Morph. Okay. Alright, so let's test the result first, how it looks. For the text, we're going to fix that because of the text is the same, so it's gonna be moved like that. And we're going to modify some text. The animation will change later on. Okay. So for each slide, we have to change different text, so it's gonna be change the animation as well. And now let's see the preview result. So now suppose the animation is finished for this presentation, and then we're gonna move to the next animate that we want to the each element stack on each other. Just like previous tutorial, I have demoed that thing as well. So let's go to the first slide. You can see some element just on top of first element, so we have to select all this element and send it back to the first element. So we have to do the same process if this happens like that. Then we have to zoom the slide a little bit so that we can see the preview slide at the left here. Now we can move all of these elements to the border of the slide. You can see that, and place equal to the line of the border of this slide. You can see the preview here. But okay, so I forgot to copy the first slide, so I'm going to duplicate this one and move to the first one. It's not the first, it should be this one the first. Okay. Then I'm going to add some text that shown to the user or to your audience, not user. Let's say it is topic that you want to cover for the audience. And for this text, you can freely design whatever you want. Just add some stylish, some of the shadow, or add some color on that. So after you design it already, and then we're going to select both elements, and then we're gonna move under this element. Okay, but you can see it sits on the top of this element. So we have to copy it first and then set it back to the background. Okay, you can see it's under this element. Okay, so I'm gonna move it back, and then we go to the second slide and paste it here and move it to the left here. Okay, so the animate will go from the middle of the slide and then go to the left of the slide. Okay, So we're gonna apply the morph, but for the first we don't have to apply, but for the second we have to apply the morph transition. Okay, like that. But you can see it sits on the top. I forgot to send it back, so we have to select it and send it back to the background. Okay, so let's test that. You can see it sits under the element. So now I hope it's gonna be fine. Now let's see. Alright, so thank you for watching today. I hope you found this tutorial on creating animation slide using the morph transition helpful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Don't forget to check out the description below for free download of the template that we used today. Happy animating, and I will see you in the next video.